This video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and while supplies last, if you mention Saffron Olive in your order notes, we'll hook you up with a free Saffron Olive sticker with any Card Kingdom order. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. So last week, we didn't have deck techs because we were doing Commander 2019 daily spoilers, which means today we are reaching a little bit into the past to a couple weeks ago for Kuldotha White. We are getting aggressive with a deck that's looking to flood the board really quickly with white creatures, and also Kuldotha Rebirth to make 3 what was for just a single mana second artifact to see if the plan of just going wide really quick, beating the opponent down, can actually work in our current modern format. So like usual, gonna do a super quick 2-minute refresher deck, and then if you want a fuller breakdown, make sure to check out the instant deck for Kuldotha White. So a quick reminder before we break down Kuldotha White for Modern. If you enjoy this deck and you enjoy Much Abrew in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Kuldotha White, starting with Kuldotha Rebirth. 3 1/1 goblins for 1 mana, but we got a second artifact. Thankfully, we have Memnites and Ornithopters as 0 mana artifacts along with Mox Opal and Mishra Baubles. So tons of ways to make 3 1/1s as early as turn 1, and then some of them are aggressive creatures as well. To fill out the curve, we have some cheap white threats. Thraben Inspector makes a clue which we can sacrifice to Kuldotha Rebirth or cash in for a card later. Legion's Landing eventually flips into a land, which is nice because our deck is really land light, like 17 lands, so sometimes an extra land is important. A single Kytheon to allow us to maybe get a Planeswalker out of the deal. Servo Exhibition puts a couple of artifact tokens on the battlefield. Martyr Soul's pretty sweet in this deck. Since we can get creatures on the battlefield so quickly, something like turn 1 Kuldotha Rebirth plus maybe, I don't know, a Thraben Inspector allows us to Martyr of Sands for 0 mana, leaving all of our lands untapped on turn 2, get a 5/4, which is a pretty big threat. We also have Signal Pest, and this is where we start to get to our payoffs. We mostly have a lot of 1/1s in the deck, and even some 0-powered creatures like Ornithopter, so making them into more powerful threats really essential. Signal Pest, when it attacks, gives all of our attackers +1/+0, so if you combine this with like our 3 Kuldotha Rebirth tokens and our Ornithopters and our Memnites, we could potentially be hitting for like 10 damage as early as like turn 2 or turn 3. We also have Force of Virtue, a potentially free Anthem if we cast it on our opponent's turn, get rid of a relatively low-powered white card like a Thraben Inspector to pump all of our dorks. Venerated Loxodon, similar to our Martyr, really powerful in this deck because picture a start where we like Kuldotha Rebirth, maybe Ornithopter, maybe run out, I don't know, a Thraben Inspector using Mox Opal mana. We could potentially be casting this like by turn 2, growing our entire team into really major threats. If we get a really insane nut draw, we can even Loxodon on turn 1, which is just absolutely absurd, potentially adding like 8 power, 10 power to the battlefield. Then we have our mana base. Here we have Blinkmoth Nexus as a backup creature. Sunbit Canyon we can cash in for a card if we flood out. Darksteel Citadel, another artifact to sack to our Kuldotha Rebirth. A bunch of mana fixing lands. Sideboard-wise, Galvanic Blast for removal, usually 4 damage in this deck since we have so many cheap artifacts. Wear Tear for artifacts and enchantments, kind of Pithing Needle as a catch-all. Grafdigger's Cage, Recipeats to deal with those annoying Hogaaks and other graveyard decks. Experimental Frenzy for card advantage against control. The deck can potentially frenzy a lot because our cards are so cheap. And that is Kuldotha White for Modern, and that is our Much Abrew deck for this week. So let's get to the gameplay, see if we can get some wins by smashing our opponent with a ton of cheap or even free creatures on turn 1, on turn 2, on turn 3, hopefully closing out the game quickly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Much Abrew About Nothing time. We are getting aggressive this week with Kuldotha White, and ooh, okay, this hand looks fine. So we get to, let's see, turn 1, yeah, we just get to dump our hand. Turn 1, Ornithopter, Sunbait Canyon, Kuldotha Rebirth, get the goblins, pass the turn. And then next turn we get to empty the rest of our hand, essentially. Opponent Bobble cracks it. Swamp. And Inquisition. Alright. Well, that's a little sad. We wanted to flip this Legion's Landing, but we can survive even without it. Takes a Legion's Landing. Opponent passes. Draws a card. Flipping Legion's Landing would have been sweet. I'll play Darksteel Citadel. Play Signal Pest. Play Signal Pest. Go to combat. Attack. I mean, this is potentially a lot of damage. Opponent's down to 17. I mean, we get to hit for a lot next turn. That's a lot of damage coming across. Opponent, Nile Spellbomb, not relevant. Silent Clearing, slightly relevant. Opponent passes. Are we pathing a Signal Pest? Nope. Alright, go to combat. Alright, there's Path on Signal Pest. We grab our planes. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent, down to 10. Play Thraben Inspector. Get a clue. Play Memnite. Pass the turn, and I mean, we're pretty close to... We actually have lethal next turn. At least in theory. Oh, the fast start. The fast start, dump the hand, get in there. That is what Kuldotha Rebirth can do. Whew, that was a good one. All right, opponent. What do you got with your Nile Spellbomb over there? Are you worried about Hogak? Are you worried about the graveyard? Maybe you should be worried about 3 goblins on turn 1. Opponent. Whoa, the most desperate. Spending a mana main phase to Nile Spellbomb and done. Done. Well, opponent, been reborn. That was good. That was so good that I don't know what our opponent's doing. And I don't know how to sideboard. Yeah. I mean, maybe we just run it back. Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, Frenzy's probably good. I kind of want Frenzies. Like, bring in the 2 Frenzies, go down, maybe like 2 Force of Virtues, try it like that. Without knowing more about what our opponent's playing, it's really hard to sideboard effectively. Well, that's what the deck can do. That was pretty close to a turn 3 kill. Through a discard spell and a removal spell. And we still just were like stomping. It's kind of funny, like, I'm not really an aggro player, but then when I play aggro and do that to people, I do kind of enjoy it. Yeah, okay. We will keep. Whoa. Oh, this hand's sweet. I think we just make 6 goblins on turn 1 if nothing goes wrong and be like, okay. Can you beat it? Bloodstained Mire. Opponent. Passing. Well, Mishra's Bauble. Inspiring Vantage. Mox Opal. Memnite. Kuldotha Rebirth. Kuldotha Rebirth. Bauble. And opponent's trying to land. We pass the turn. All right. Well, that is turn 1, 7 1/1s. Opponent gets a Blood Crypt. I mean, there are ways that this goes wrong if they have a sweeper of some kind. We get to draw a card. Maybe we should have waited so we didn't have a card in hand. They didn't play discard on 1, though. We probably still should have. Opponent. Yeah, that was, I think, a slight misstep there with when we cracked our Bauble. Silent Clearing. Opponent passing. Well, play Blink Moth. Play Legion's Landing. Make a 1/1. Go to combat. Attack. Flip. Wow, opponent is pathing. Okay. Well, we get in for 6. Opponent down to 12. Yeah, I mean, I guess we run it out. We could try to save it for, like, after Anger of the Gods, but why would our opponent path if they had Anger of the Gods? Death Shadow, sure. Opponent, passing. What was this game? Force of Virtue. Combat. Swing. And that's a GG! That's a GG! Hoo, 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 hoo. Opponent fatal pushes, sure. Chumps. And dies. Take that Mardu Shadow. Again, the timing was a little awkward. This has flash all the time, so we could have played it after block. So, couple of slight timing issues. But in my defense, this was our first game with the deck. Still, good God, the power of this deck. Okay. This deck is sweet. Even with me playing things at very slightly the wrong time. Thankfully, unpunished both times, but should have cracked the Bauble on our opponent's turn to avoid discard, and should have just attacked and flashed this in. It has flash all the time, even though you can only cast it for free on your opponent's turn. But yeah, game. Okay. Wow. Yeah, sweet. All right. Much brew about nothing time. We are getting aggro, getting frisky with Kuldotha Rebirth. Ooh, this hand. We're going to keep it. Sadly, we don't have a red source for Kuldotha Rebirth, but we do have a bunch of free stuff. Lava Spike. All right, it's a race. Opponent passes. Bauble. Well, play a Bauble. Play Blink Moth. Play Memnite. Play Ornithopter. Play Signal Pest. Yeah, opponent doesn't have hand disruption. Opponent has Bloodstained Mire on top. So crack a Bauble. Opponent draws. We get our 1 planes. That doesn't help us cast. Kuldotha Rebirth. Well, we get to draw another extra card. Venerated Loxodon Ornithopter. Well, play the Plains. Play Ornithopter. Drop to 15. Venerated Loxodon. Grow the Dorks. Pass the turn. Alright, and now we start attacking. Turn 2 Loxodon, sweet. That added 8 power to the battlefield for 1 actual mana. Opponent, combat. Passes. Well, we untap. Yeah, fire up Blink Moth. Go to combat. Attack. This should be a bit of damage. Bit of damage here on turn 3. Opponent cracks, 15. Mountain. Lightning Bolts. Okay. But our opponent has to take 2 because of the Eidolon. So that doesn't actually help that much. Blocks. Thinks about blocking. Blocks. Yeah. Down to 3. Well, we will pass the turn and let's see if you can kill his opponent. Down to 2. Boros charms us to 11. So our opponent needs a lot of points of burn this turn. And opponent does not have them, and haha, okay, good try, opponent. Oh, this deck's sweet, this deck's sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. So opponent's playing burn. Against burn, I assume that we mostly just want to do that. Just like be aggressive. We could bring in Galvanic Blasts as a way to deal with our opponent's creatures. Might be worth it. Like Galvanic Blasts in, go down maybe like a Force of Virtue, a Servo Exhibition, the Kytheon, and 1 Bobble. Run it like that. That also gives us a way to close out the game if our opponent deals with our board. Man, this deck is explosive. Good golly. That just kills people. I mean, I'm sure we're going to run into some matchups where it goes wrong and our opponent's able to like wrath our board, but boy, the fast starts are fast. This hand. Alright, we'll keep it. Not insane, and we have a Sunbait Canyon, which is painful, but we do have 2 Galvanic Blasts to deal with creatures, which is nice. And it could go face eventually. Wouldn't mind drawing actually another land that isn't going to cost us a life every time we tap it. Little painful against burn. Bloodstained Mire for our opponent cracks it. Mountain. And Riftbolt suspended. We draw Opal. Ooh, that's nice. So we get to Opal, Ornithopter, Sunbait Canyon, Signal Pest, pass the turn. Yeah, Opal is a land that lets us do that. Opponent, Riftbolting, going at a Signal Pest, sure. Wooded Foothills, Goblin Guide. Opponent combat, gets in. Top card is Darksteel Citadel. Alright, yeah, we take it. Down to 17. Opponent cracks Wooded Foothills. 3 cards in hand. Sacred Foundry on tap down to 16. And kills our Signal Pest. Sure. Ooh. When it enters the battlefield, if you control no untapped lands, put 2+1... No tap lands. Put 2 counters on it. Huh. Well, play Thraben Inspector. Get a clue. And I think we just pass for now. Probably end up Galvanic Blasting this Goblin Guide. Opponent. Goblin Guide number 2. Combat. Attacks. Top card is Martyr of Soul. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand. Alright, this is a little risky, but let's sack the clue, draw a card. Draw the Martyr of Soul. Top card, Galvanic Blast. Ugh, okay. Down to 12. 2 cards in our opponent's hand. Opponent's thinking. We know we're drawing another Galvanic Blast. Opponent passes. We'll play Martyr of Soul. It becomes a big thing. Now we will pass the turn. Maintain our life total. Leave up these Galvanic Blasts. Opponent. Bolts us to 9. Yep. Combat. Attacks. Top card. Kuldotha Rebirth. Well, we will block Goblin Guide. Okay. And then Galvanic Blast the other Goblin Guide. Drop to 8. Alright, board clean for the moment. Opponent passes. So we will... How do we do this? Kuldotha Rebirth. Actually, maybe we just Martyr of Souls again. Yeah, let's Martyr of Souls. Number 2. The problem with stacking an artifact is when we turn off Galvanic Blast. Let's just pass. I think we need to maintain our 3 artifacts for now. 5, 6, 79, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can hit for a lot, but not lethal. Opponent. Last card is Searing Blaze. Alright, so we drop to 5. Opponent passes. We untap. Now play Blink Moth. Go to combat. Hit our opponent. 14. Opponent's got 0 cards. Let's think about this. We hit for 5, 6. And then we have lethal with double galvanic blast. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent, pass it. Well, we untap. Play a plains. Blink Moth. Combat. Attack, attack. Opponent goes to 8. Stop on our opponent's upkeep. Boros Charm. Alright, so now we win. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so Galvanic Blast you to 4. Galvanic Blast you. Xaxes 0. And taking down burn. Taking down burn. And this deck seems pretty powerful. Whew. Alright. Sweet, sweet. Wow, this deck's good. This deck's fast and good. Alright. Much brew about nothing time. We are playing Kuldotha White and... Okay, we're going to keep this. We're on the draw. If we draw a land, this hand is absurd. If we don't draw a land, it's merely decent. We can turn one like Bobble, Kuldotha Rebirth, turn 2, Signal Pest. Alright, we'll see. Urza's mine. Well, we're going to have to be fast. Chromatic Star for our opponent. Opal. How good is Opal? Inspiring Vantage, Bobble. That's actually pretty good. Mox Opal. Signal Pest. Kuldotha Rebirth. Sack Bobble. Pass the turn. Alright. Well, that's some stuff. Is it enough to raise... how quickly does our opponent get Tron? Cracks. Turn 3 Tron is on the play. Ancient Strikes. Whiff, whiff, whiff. Come on, turn 4 Tron, not turn 3. Not turn 3. Not turn 3. None of that turn 3 Troning. Oblivion Stone. Well, that ruins our day once our opponent gets to it. Opponent passing. We untap. We draw another Opal. Well, play Signal Pest. Float Opal mana. Oh, do we have to do math? So we hit for 6 here. And then next turn we hit for 9, 10, 11. So we put our opponent to 18. The other option is we play this other Opal. We have 2 mana. 1, 2, 3. We hit for 2. But then next turn we hit for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. I think that ends up being more damage. Well, we got to go for it. So, yeah. Second Mox Opal. Keep the new Mox Opal. Mox Opal mana. Venerated Loxodon. Tap. Tap. Maybe we do more. Tap, tap, tap. Tap. I guess we didn't need to play the other Opal. Alright, whatever. So Venerated Loxodon. Yeah, we didn't need to play the other one. Go to combat, get in for 1, and see what happens. I mean, we have lethal on turn 3. Opponent has Tron on turn 3. And Wormcoil Engine. Man, if only we had won the die roll. So if we attack with everything, our opponent goes up to 25. But we know, yeah. Oh, we really need to win the die roll. Alright, I mean, we're going to just all-out attack. This Wormcoil ruins it. The funny thing is, I think we might have still had it even through a Karn. Opponent, combat, attacks. Yeah. Well, okay. We gave it a go. Opponent gets in, but now they get to Oblivion Stone, and then we scoop. Yep. Alright. Well, that's why you don't lose die rolls. We had a great hand, but our opponent, they had the Tron nuts. Sadly, we don't really have many Tron answers. We could bring in like Wear Tears. We could bring in, I guess, Pithing Needle might be our best bet to name like Oblivion Stone and maybe buy us a turn. Can also name a Planeswalker. Maybe go down like Kytheon and a Force of Virtue and run it like that. Whew. Alright. Well, it still shows the power of the deck. We had a turn 3 kill, minus Tron just having the nuttiest of nuts. Alright, we'll keep this. This is not as good as last game. Inspiring Vantage, Memnite, Kuldotha Rebirth. Pass the turn. But we are on the play, which helps. Urza's mine for our opponent. Expedition map. Tron. Tron, how I hate you. We draw Darksteel Citadel. So, I'll play... Let's see. We play Legion's Landing. Get a dork. Play Darksteel Citadel. Play Signal Pest. Go to combat. Attack. Flip Legion's Landing. Hit our opponent. Down to 17. Thraben Inspector. Pass the turn. Are we going to end up just too short? Just too slow again? Opponent, turn 3 Troning, of course. Cracks the map. And passes. Well, we untap. What do we draw? Mishra's Bobble. Well, play Bobble. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Hit our opponent for a bundle. Thraben Inspector. Get another clue. Pass the turn. Opponent's at 7. What do they got? Power Plant. And Star. Cracks it. Green. And Worm Coil again. Wow, that's brutal. That is brutal. Oh, twice in a row. Mox Opal. Yeah, I guess they got us again. Well, we drew our Pithing Needle, but that doesn't actually help here. Sack another clue. More lands. Citadel, Mox Opal, Oblivion Stone named. So we attack. Opponent gains 6, but takes... Yeah, I mean, we gotta do it. All out attack. Not enough, though. Opponent gets to block with a Worm Coil. So they gain 6. They go to 3. They untap. Oh! Chromatic Star. Oh, that's so brutal. That is so brutal. Well, sometimes even when you have really... I mean, we had turn 3 kills twice. Well, I guess this was turn 4, wasn't it? Opponent has Ugin, and we scoop it up. Well, our draws were good, but our opponents were better. And making 10 mana on turn 4, perfectly fair and balanced. Yeah, alright. I mean, what can you do? When your Tron opponent doesn't mulligan a single time and has turn 3 Tron every time, and the Worm Coil, which is like a 1 of or 2 of, I guess you just tip your hat and say, good hands, Tron. Good hands. Alright. Much Brew About Nothing time. Playing some Kuldotha White in Modern. Still recovering from those Tron hands. Good God. Good God, were those hands insane. Hi! Hi. Our hands were good, but not gonna beat that. Opponent in the tank. We lost the die roll, which is a bit unfortunate. And, as a result, I think we're mulliganing. Yeah, we gotta mulligan this. Colorless mana for years. Okay. I mean, I guess we keep this and put Legion's Landing to the bottom. 2 colorless lands, not ideal. We are on the draw, though, and we will get a Bobble redraw. Eldrazi Temple. Expedition Map. Opponent passes. Oh, boy. Well, Blinkmoth, Memnite, Bobble. Come on, Mana of Colors, please. I think we crack this now, because if we get a white card, we probably will just force a Virtue. Especially since we can't cast white cards at the moment. Second Kuldotha Rebirth, little sketch. Crack Bobble. See what our opponent's drawing. Whoa, no. Oh, boy. Walking Ballista is the card we want to see the least. Well, there's colored mana. Power Plant. Opponent. Passing. Yup, we draw another force. Well, play Sunbait Canyon. Go to combat. Get in for 1. Hit our opponent. Down to 19. Do we want Blinkmoth or... We're Kuldotha Rebirthing. The question is, do we sack Blinkmoth or do we sack Memnite? Alright, let's sack Memnite. Pass the turn. Opponent gets to crack. Yup. Temple Part 2. Temple on the battlefield. Opponent. Passing. Well, force, exile force. Untap. Kytheon. Oh, play Blinkmoth. Fire up Blinkmoth. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent dismembers. Sure. Drops to 9. Well, we play Kytheon. Pass the turn. What do you got, opponent? With your stack of Eldrazi Temples. Tower. Endbringer. Opponent passes. Well, we fire up Nexus. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent blocks Kytheon. Goes to 1. Ugh. Yep, play Mox Opal, pass the turn. Can we close it out? Can we close it out? Is there any chance? We know there's a Ballista. Please don't draw Tron. Oh, this is so close. Come on. Come on. We need 1 point of damage. A single point. Opponent. Wow, draws a card. Okay. Trying to hit the Tron land, scoops it up. Whoo, we got there. We got there. Okay. Whoo, that was close. That was super close. But we managed to get the job done, just barely. All right, opponent playing Eldrazi Tron. Ooh, what do we bring in is the question. We want to be aggressive. We want to go wide. Chalice of the Void is a concern. Do we need to bring in an answer to Chalice of the Void? Maybe. But then well, I guess it gets Ballista too? I don't think we can just hope to dodge Chalice of the Void. It's so insane against us. I mean, I guess we could just hope to... We empty our hand pretty quick. Maybe we can empty it quick enough that we don't care. I really want Galvanic Blasts. I feel like we need our Anthems. We can go down the Kytheon. Go down... What can we cut? Maybe like the servo exhibitions, a force of virtue, a bobble, and a bobble? Let's try it like that. Galvanic Blasts in, Wear Tears in. We're on the draw. Okay. Well, this is not a super fast hand, but we do have a Wear Tear, which is nice. Opponent's keeping 7. Chalice on 0. Okay. Power Plant and passes. Well, Inspiring Vantage. Let's just play Thraben Inspector. Get a clue. Pass the turn. Oh boy. Ugh. All the chalices in the west. Opponent passes. Well, Inspiring Vantage. Get in for 1. Is our opponent going to have double chalice and Tron? That would be bad. Opponent untaps. Scavenger Grounds. Well, at least it's not Tron. Opponent's passing, so we need to wear away the chalice on 1. So maybe we can cast stuff again. Untap. Force of Virtue. Play Darksteel Citadel. Play Signal Pest. Go to combat. Get in for 1. Hit our opponent. And I think we need to hold on to this Thraben Inspector, because if our opponent has Thought Knot Seer, we need to be able to run out this force. Spatial Contortion. Takes down Signal Pest. Sure. If our opponent doesn't have Thought Knot Seer, Karn the Great Creator. Okay. That's not great. Yeah, Karn's kind of good against us. Going to tick up to kill our clue. That's also not great. Well, yeah. Force of Virtue. Exile. And now we attack. Oh. Haha. Got him. Go to combat. Attack Karn. Signal Pest. Spire of Industry. Pass the turn. Okay. What do you got, opponent? Untaps. Land. Can't lock us yet. Reality Smasher. Sure. Takes up the card. And passes. I'll play Blink Moth. I think we're about to get locked. Get in at Karn for 1. Yeah, I think they might have got us. Do they have a land? I guess if they lattice, we do get to kill the Karn, so we don't get locked. Ugh, another Reality Smasher. That's not good. Opponent. Going attacking now. Okay, that makes sense. Sure, we take 1,000,000. Takes up Karn. We untap. Opal. Yeah, alright. Yeah. Well, double chalice card Reality Smasher. That's asking for a lot for our deck. Lot. Pithy Needle. Is it even worth it? Probably not. Alright, run it like that. Run it like that. We need a fast start. We need one of our flood the board on turn 1 starts. That's what we're looking for. We get to play first. This hand does not flood the board on turn 1. Opal go. Yeah, that's not going to do it. This hand, all right, we will keep. Opponent's going to 6. We will put what to the bottom? So turn 1, Memnite Thraben Inspector. Or Memnite Signal Pest. If we put Wear Tear to the bottom and our opponent has Chalice, that's kind of sad. Maybe we're fast enough to raise it. All right, we're putting Wear Tear to the bottom. Risky, but we're going for it. So we will play Blink Moth Nexus, play Signal Pest, play Memnite, pass the turn. Opponent, Urza's mine, and passes. I'll play Ornithopter, play a Plains, play Thraben Inspector, get a clue. Martyr of Souls, go attacking. And I mean, this is what we got. Hand is empty, don't care about Chalice. Is it enough? Is it enough? Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. What do they have? Tron land number 2. And Chalice on 1. Not super relevant because we already got our stuff going. Opponent passes. We draw Blink Moth. Well, fire up the Nexus. Go to combat. Swing with the crew. Hit our opponent for a bundle. Down to 7. Another Nexus. Pass the turn. Can we close it out? What does our opponent have? Oh my god, Natural Tron. They have the Natural Tron. Oh my god, they have the Natural Tron. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Is it enough? Is it enough? Opponent. Matter Reshaper. Okay. And Matter Reshaper. Okay. Map gets countered. I think we got it. Opponent passes. We untap. A land would definitely do it. Legion's Landing. That gets countered. So we fire up Nexus. Opponent blocks here. Blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no. Wow. Well, attack with everything. Oh, it's not going to be enough, is it? Opponent. Wow, lucked into Tron. Blocks. Stuff dies. Opponent goes to 2. Trigger 1 reveals an expedition map. Trigger 2 reveals Eldrazi Temple. All right. Opponent goes to 2. We pass the turn. What do they have? Oh my goodness. Wow. Opponent, 3 cards in hand. What are they? Ghost Quarter can kill a Blinkmoth Nexus. And that's a lot of mana. That is a lot of mana. Oh, we don't even have another basic, do we? We do not. All right. Opponent, yep. Strip mines us. Karn. Tutors. Walking Ballista. Wow. Opponent passes. We play Inspiring Vantage. Yeah, I guess that's game. Man. Our deck feels so sweet, and I feel like we have gotten incredibly outlucked by Tron twice now. Wow, that's been brutal. Opponent blocks. Yeah. Kills our Nexus. Takes 0. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Tutors from outside the game. Oh, these Tron matchups are making me very sad. Opponent gets a Worm Coil Engine. Well, I guess we gotta draw Galvanic Blast off the top this turn. That is it. Opponent, oh, he can't. There's a Chalice. All right. Thraben Inspector, and that does it. Oh, wow. Ugh. Huh. Well, London Mulligans, I guess. I don't know what to say. I feel like we played Tron, then we played Eldrazi Tron, and I feel like our opponents just had the Tron nuts every game we've lost. Like, we've had solid turn 3 kills, but our opponent is consistently just kind of lucked into, like, the nuts plus. Like, Tron is the nuts, but then plus, like, a Worm Coil as, like, one of their only things that could keep them alive. And this deck doesn't even really focus on setting up Tron. Our opponent even cast in their own expedition maps into Chalices, and still, yeah, they just kind of luck into the Tron, and that does it. Huh. Well, that's sad. That makes me very sad. All right. All right. Much brew about nothing time. Ugh. Our die roll losing streak continues here in round number 5. Oh, man. I feel like we have been so close to 5-0ing. Like, so close. I mean, this hand, I guess, is fine. We have a bunch of zeros. See what our opponent's doing. All right, opponent. Let's see it. What are you up to? Mox Opal would make this hand even more explosive. That would be pretty insane. We could Memnite, Ornithopter, Memnite, Kytheon, Signal Pest, go. Opponent in the tank here on turn number 1. I do really wish we had won the die roll. Snow-covered Swamp for our opponent, and Pyrite Spellbomb. Okay, and Mishra's Bobble. So some sort of Urza deck. Well, we're gonna be aggro. See what happens. Sunbait Canyon, Memnite, Ornithopter, and let's Thraben Inspector. Pass the turn. I feel like if we play Signal Pest, it's going to get Spellbombed. This is a little bit slower, but it lets us Martyr of Souls next turn, and also follow up with the Signal Pest. Polluter Delta for our opponent. Passes. Well, we'll start with Martyr of Souls. Tap, tap, tap. As a 5/4. Go to combat. Get in with Memnite for 1. Opponent takes it down to 19. Play Kuldotha Rebirth, sacking the clue. Pass the turn. I mean, we got a lot of things on the board on turn 2, that's for sure. Opponent cracks a bobble, gets peaked, draws a card. Polluted Delta, cracks it. Steam Vents, tapped. Opponent, yeah, gets to draw an extra card with the bobble. Well, we keep attacking and hope for the best. Snow-covered Island, Psymaster Thopterist. Yeah, that's not great. Opponent, passing. Well, play Blinkmoth. Play Signal Pest. Play Kytheon. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Opponent blocks. Yup. Drops to 9. Well, we pass the turn. How many artifacts can our opponent play? How many Thopters can they make? The Thopters are bad. Those are very bad for us. Very, very bad. Because they block our stuff so effectively. That's very ungood. All right, opponent, let's see it. Let's see what you can do. They even block our flyers, which is especially annoying. All right, kills our Signal Pest. Nile Spellbomb makes Thopter number 1. Yep, cracks Nile Spellbomb. Gotta draw those cards. Snow-covered Island. Opponent passing. We draw. Another Kuldotha Rebirth. Now this is interesting. All right, I think what we do is go to combat. Yeah, go to combat. I mean, I guess we just have to all-out attack. Like, I don't think we have any other option other than to just keep attacking and hope that we can kill our opponent through the Thopters. So opponent's going to block here, block here. Block here, take 4. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Combat. Attack with everything. So I assume they kill Kytheon with Psy and then chump here, yeah. Yep. Opponent blocks and blocks. We lose Kytheon. Opponent goes to 5. Post-combat. We Kuldotha Rebirth, sacking Ornithopter. We pass the turn, see if it's enough. How many artifacts do they have is the question. Opponent untaps. 5 cards in hand, 5 life points. Urza, Lord High Artificer, okay. Makes a construct. Polluted Delta, opponent, passing. Well, we will fire up Blinkmoth Nexus. Go to combat, all-out attack. And opponent scoops it up. Oh, we got there through a Psy. Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So opponent's playing a Thopter Sword deck, I assume. So we need a lot of cards. We need Galvanic Blast to deal with Psy. We probably need Wear Tears. And then Pithing Needles would also be good. Experimental Frenzy would also be good, but I'm not sure we can bring in that many cards. All right, go down to Kytheon. We can, like, trim a Martyr of Souls, trim a Force of Virtue, trim a Force of Virtue. Maybe go down Servo Exhibition. Trim a couple of Baubles. Oh, do we want the Frenzies? Maybe we go 1 Frenzy and go down 1 Thraben Inspector. Let's try it like that. All right. Can we close it out? Can we close it out? Let's get a fast start. I'm the draw again because we won game 1. Opponent. So turn 1 Signal Pest. We have 2 Force of Virtues. Yeah, I think this is too slow. Oh, this is awkward. This is very awkward. We are on the draw. Sand just doesn't do anything. All right. Well, I guess we're keeping this one. Although it's still not good. That's actually not very good at all. Martyr of Souls. Opal to the bottom. Ugh. Yep. All right. Well, these hands were just not... Maybe it was our sideboarding. Maybe our sideboarding ruined things. Opponent, Polluted Delta, cracks it. Snow-covered Island. And Astrolabe. Well, Inspiring Vantage. Thraben Inspector. Get a clue. Mishra's Bauble. Pass the turn. Polluted Delta. Opponent cracks. Down to 18. Snow-covered Island. And Ichor Wellspring. Well, crack this. See what our opponent's drawing. Oh, that's an Urza. That's scary. Especially since our clock is not very fast. We do get to draw 2 cards, which is something. So 1 from Bauble. I think we need Kuldotha. Oh, no. Okay. This hand is so awkward. Yeah, this is not how we're planning on beating this deck. Opponent's down to 17. Yeah, this has been rough. Rough. Opponent. Couldn't get away from the all payoff, no support card hands. Yeah, what we wanted was Kuldotha Rebirth, sack the clue, and then Loxodon off the dorks. That would have all of a sudden made this hand much better. Watery Grave, untap down to 15. Mox Opal. This means Urza's coming. Yeah. There's the Urza. And yeah, I think our opponent's probably got us here. Well, sack a clue, draw a card. Mox Opal. Doesn't do anything. The awkward draws continue. Sure, opponent. Well, the good news is we get to be on the play for game 3. And hopefully that'll be helpful. If we get a good draw, I feel like we can just easily race this deck. We might go back down the Frenzy and just try to focus on being aggressive. Opponent, add a bunch of manas. Thopter Foundry. All right, we've seen enough. Yeah, there's no way we're going to win from this point. All right, so go down the Frenzy. The funny thing is we actually cut payoff. So we had double Force of Virtue, double Loxodon, just could not get away from that hand. So go down the Frenzy, go back up Kytheon, I guess, or maybe Thraben Inspector. I think we do need to stay aggressive. I think that's goal 1, is we need to close out this game quickly. Go down Force of Virtue. Do we even, like, Pithing Needle is good against the Thopter Sword combo, but it's a card that doesn't help us kill our opponent. We have the Wear Tears. All right, we'll bring in 1. Try it like that. Be aggro, get in there. That's our plan. We're on the play. Let's see what our hand looks like. Okay, I mean, I guess we keep. We're seeing the issue that we have all of our sideboard cards. They are good sideboard cards, but they don't help us kill our opponent. They help us maybe slow down our opponent, perhaps, if we get lucky, but they're not just like damage to our opponent's face or anything. Well, Inspiring Vantage, Signal Pest, Memnite, pass the turn. We need more threats. These Wear Tears, not exactly doing it. Scalding Dart, correct. Or played. Will it be correct? Opponent, passing. We draw Kuldotha Rebirth. That is good. I'll go to combat. Attack. Uh-oh. Opponent cracks. Snow-covered mountain. And has a Galvanic Blast. Ugh, alright. Well, we get in for 1. Kuldotha Rebirth. Well, we got 3 1/1s now. Opponent untaps. Astrolabe gets to draw a card. This is where, like, Venerated Loxodon would be great. Spire Bluff Canal. White mana. Astrolabe number 2. Well, that's a lot of artifacts. Opponent's churning through the deck. Ooh, and a Mox Opal still churning through the deck. Man, if they have an Urza, it's so bad. Well, that's Loxodon. I mean, this is what we can do. If our opponent just has Urza and goes infinite, what can we do? What can we do? Venerated Loxodon comes down. Ups our power. We need 2 turns without dying, basically. Or without too much interaction. We can hit for 10. We can hit for 10. We have this Galvanic Blast, which is kind of okay. Wear Tears are good against some things. All right, opponent, what do you got? There's a land. Do they have the Urza? That's the biggest question. All right. No Urza yet? All right, no Urza yet. Play Darksteel Citadel. Go to combat. Attack. Well, that's 10 points coming across. Opponent takes it to 8. Well, we will pass the turn. Leave up our Wear Tear. Opponent cracks to 7. Snow-covered island. Whir of Invention X2 for Sword of the Meek. If our opponent has Thopter Foundry in hand, that's pretty bad. Scalding Tarn. Opponent does have it in hand. Thopter Foundry. Opponent passing. Well, we will Wear Tear on the Thopter Foundry. But opponent gets to make 1/1s and gain life. Yep. So up to 8 makes a 1/1. Again, up to 9 makes a 1/1. Well, we'll see. Crack Scalding Tarn. Snow-covered island. And gets to do it one more time. So 3 blockers. Wow, does not. Okay, leaving up a mana. Interesting. Well, we untap. Play Memnite. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Opponent blocks. Opponent blocks. This 1 mana is scaring me. And Fatal Push. Well, okay. Good thing we didn't go all in. Sure. Stuff dies. Opponent goes to 6. We pass the turn. 1 card in hand for our opponent. Untaps. What do they got? Oh! No way! Oh my god. Oh my god! Cursed! Cursed! Off the top! Oh, we're so cursed. Opponent. Another Thopter Foundry. Well, okay. We will do it again. Yeah, target Thopter Foundry. Opponent gets to gain a bunch of life, make a bunch of blockers. Yup. Up to 7, up to 8, up to 9. Oh, wow. Well, that's brutal. This is a deck that I feel like we were a breath away from going 5-0. And we very well might end up 2-3, which is kind of sad. We draw a useless land. Well, go to combat. Attack with Loxodon. Opponent blocks. And blocks. And blocks. And blocks. Alright. Well, we kill a bunch of stuff. Galvanic Blast. And play Inspiring Vantage. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent. Let's see what you can draw now. Untaps. Pentad Prism. Alright. That doesn't do much. We get to get in for 3. Come on, draw. Come on, draw. Legion's Landing. Well, okay. That's a 1/1. Oh, this is so close. Go attacking. Opponent to 6. Okay, what is our opponent top deck? Please not Urza, please not Urza. Or Thopter Foundry, or Whir. It's Urza off the top. No breaks will be caught. Wow. Yeah, and this means we are going to end with a 2-3. Huh. Well, I don't know what to say. I really feel like we were really close to going 5-0, but yeah, that's not going to be reflected in the record, unfortunately. You can't fight the magic gods. Opponent gonna spin the Urza wheel. Let's see how lucky they are. Teferi Time Raveler. So I guess, incredibly? Oh my god, bounces our token. Wow. Well, I feel like this is a really good deck that was just cursed. I don't even know what else to say. Man. Alright. Well, GG's, I guess. Opponent drew something else, apparently. Equips the Sword of the Meek. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we get out of this now. Opponent, yeah. Urza spins into their namesake Planeswalker. We play a Mishra's Bauble. Probably better known as a dead card. And, yeah, it's over. Wow. Well, this might be the best deck that has not won a treasure chest. Cursed, cursed, cursed. Oh, it's almost kind of funny. Oh, opponent. Gonna spin the Urza wheel. What amazing thing did they get this time? Just an island. Plays the island. Ticks up to Fairy. Jeez. Opponent. Making mana. Unmaking mana. I don't want to get yelled at for early scooping, but I don't see a way we can win from here. And I am a little sad. Boy. Oh, boy. This has been a kind of soul-crushing league. Opponent tries to do a bunch of things, changes their mind, untaps everything, attacks with everything. Okay. Well, I guess this means our opponent drew something. Hits us. Down to 12. 5 mana. Undoes. Another Urza. Alright. Sure. I mean, we'll crack the bauble. Mox Opal on top. Yep. We don't even have enough artifacts to, like, draw a double Galvanic Blast. I don't know if you can see my heart breaking, but it is. This has been... Oh, this has been a rough one. Oh, this deck is so sweet. It definitely deserves better than what we're seeing. Opponent, still doing things. Equips the Sword of the Meek. We get to draw 2. Opponent in the tank. Land. And on that note, we will scoop it up. Wow. Alright. Kids aren't eating today. Holy magic gods. Alright. Well, that's magic. That is magic. Good news is I think the deck's sweet. And I think it's powerful. And I think that we were very close to going at least 4-1. If you look back, we started off 2-0-2-0, and if you look back at our losses with the deck, they were pretty brutal. There was the double turn 3 Tron with Wormcoil, which is something that doesn't happen very frequently mathematically. Then there was Eldrazi Tron, randomly turn 3 Troning to, and also Karn and Wormcoiling. And that deck doesn't even really try to set up Tron, to the point where they chalice their own expedition maps. And then that one, opponent had it all. We got him empty-handed. We needed 1 or 2 more turns to win. We fought through double Thopter Foundries, which is already pretty insane. And we had the answers, and the life let our opponent stay alive. And then they top deck Urza into Teferi, and yeah. So basically, I think this deck is sweet and it's powerful, and I think if our opponents ran averagely, and who knows, maybe we could have done something better along the way. That's definitely possible. But I think with just our opponents running averagely, we probably would have went at least, definitely 3-2. There's no way we don't win at least one of those matches, and very likely 4-1, and an outside chance of the 5-0. So deck definitely better than its record suggested, and I guess that's our wrap up for this week. All right, see you next time. So why don't we learn this week about Kuldotha White in Modern, and oh my goodness, that league. I don't know what to say. So we started out 2-0 without even dropping a game, actually, taking down Mardu Death Shadow, taking down Bird. So we were feeling pretty good, like, this deck seems pretty awesome. Then came the Tron matchups. We lost to traditional Tron, where our opponent had turn 3 Tron both games, and not just turn 3 Tron, but turn 3 Tron with Wormcoil Engine, when we had like turn 3 to turn 4 kills, and then we played Eldrazi Tron with 3 games. We had had lethal, and our opponent managed to luck into turn 3 Tron again with the deck that doesn't even really try to set it up too much, and then card for a Worm Coil. So we kind of got Worm Coiled in turn 3 Tron a lot in our next two matchups. Then finally, our last matchup, I thought we were going to stabilize and win and finish with a 3-2 against Urza Thopter Sword, but we couldn't quite get it done. Opponent had double Thopter Foundry to fight through our Wear Tears. So really, all this to say, and I'm not going to rehash it too much because you just watch it happen, but I feel like the deck was a lot better than its record suggested. I really, truly do feel like we were so close to at least going 3-2. Like, I feel like if we played the same exact league and same exact matchups against, we would have at least went 3-2 most of the time. I think it was very likely or possible that we went 4-1, and an outside chance of even going 5-0 if things broke right. So I feel like this is a deck that was a lot more competitive than its record suggested, because like I said, we had so many games where we were like literally presenting lethal and our opponent just happened to have like literally the perfect card for this situation, like Tron plus a Worm Coil, when there's just not that many of those perfect cards in our opponent's deck. So I feel like we were really close to putting forward a really solid record with this deck. So I think this deck is sweet. I wish it was a little more budget friendly. This deck is really funny. It's almost a budget deck, except there's 4 Mox Opals. Could you play it without the Mox Opal? Yes. It would be a lot worse without the Mox Opal, I think. Mox Opal allows for some really, really explosive starts, which you don't get without that free mana. So I feel like you could do a budget version of this, and even just cutting the Mox Opals and playing the same exact deck without the Mox Opals, you'd have a deck that was under $200. But the Mox Opal is really powerful in the deck. In general, I like the deck. I do wonder about some of the weird numbers, like the Venerated Loxodons, 3 Martyr of Souls, so 1 Kytheon. I think maybe there could be a little bit of tweaking with the specific numbers of the deck, but the core of the deck felt solid. I feel like we had a good mixture of aggro starts and payoffs. The deck ran really well, having Sunbit Canyon and the Mana Beast really nice to prevent flooding out. So overall, the deck felt really sweet, and it felt really powerful. I'm a little sad we didn't get another match win or two just to post a really good record, because we were so close. But if you like attacking in a kind of non-traditional way, or you're just a fan of Kuldotha Rebirth, you like going wide, feels like a pretty legit deck for the modern format. Even though our record, yes, it was a 2-3, don't let that get you down, because like I said, we were so close to going at least like 4-1 with the deck. Like, if things broke slightly better, we would be talking about a really solid performance. Instead, we had a 2-3 and a deck that felt really good. But anyway, that's been our Much Brew for this week. Kuldotha White for Modern. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.